So I'm Mark Troiano with Emerson Swan, and we're here to talk a little bit about our Little Giant sewage ejector packages. As you can see in front of you, we have our Little Giant 24 by 24 sewage ejector package. A couple of features of this unit is that we actually have separate access from our float switch and our pump cover. And the nice thing about this is, as we all know out in the field, generally we see float hang-ups. In a standard sewage ejector package, if you have a float hang-up, you're going to disconnect all your plumbing, open that whole cover up, get that float to release. Okay? In this one, all we have to do is access on the float side. We don't have to touch our pump, we don't have to touch any of our discharge or vent piping. We also operate on a piggyback plug. So for any reason, if you do have an issue with the float, you're able to actually just unplug the pump, plug that directly into the wall, and that allows that pump to run. Now, say you did have an issue with your pump. We have separate pump access. But generally, in all of our competitors' models, you would have to cut your vent and your discharge. On our unit, if we had an issue with our pump, we can access that pump with this cover without touching our vent or our discharge, as we have a disconnect built inside Fernco fitting that now you can just disconnect that, take that whole pump and discharge pipe out without ever cutting your vent or your discharge on the external side of the building. One of the other nice features that we have built into this unit is this solid finish cover. Now, you've seen some competitors out there, they have the dust cover, but it's a throwaway cover. Ours is actually a solid finish cover. And the beauty of this cover is it actually gives you a place to wrap up all your excess cord. Because we all know that these units all come with 20 to 30 feet of cord that end up wrapped up on top of the unit, end up kicked out all around the place. We are able to wrap up our cord, and we have cutouts so that we can just take the cord lengths that we need and leave everything else nailed down, finished, with even the wing nuts to hold this in place. So it's aesthetically pleasing and it's functional as well. So we have these units, we have them in stock in both 4/10 and half horsepower, with alarm and less alarm. We also stock them in two basin sizes, a 24 by 24 and a 20 by 30. Most of the guys are using the 24 by 24, and the reason for that is you don't have to dig as deep. You might have to dig a little wider, but you don't have to dig as deep. As well as the sewage ejectors themselves, which are obviously designed to handle 2-inch solids, Little Giant recently came out with their 1 horsepower grinder package, which is the exact same basin, however it has a 1 horsepower grinder in it. Now, we've all seen out at the stores, everybody is buying disinfectant wipes, Lysol wipes, personal use wipes, and they're flushing them down the toilet, and they all say flushable on them. Well, if you have a pump, or even if you have a town sewer, they're not really designed to be flushed down the toilet, and they are creating havoc on sewage ejector pumps and sewer systems. With the 1 horsepower grinder, that alleviates all your issues. Now, the beauty of our 1 horse grinder is we can also retrofit it into any sewage ejector, because we can go either 1.25 or 2-inch discharge. And on our grinder pump, we have 2 blades. It's designed to grind. This thing has a stationary blade and also a rotating blade, and that cuts at 414,000 cuts per minute. This thing will shred any type of wipes that they put down the toilet. So if you have applications where you've had issues with stuff jamming up pumps, that 1 horsepower grinder can be retrofitted right into our standard sewage ejectors with no changes. With that, we're going to wrap this up. If you want any more information on this product or any Emerson Swan product, feel free to reach out to anybody at Emerson Swan and we'll be glad to help.